I'll put it to you like this. I spent a lot of time in arcades as a kid. It's probably shocking to you, I know. Actually, it'd probably be shocking if you saw how bad I am at video games. But I did. I grew up in arcades. And so, while this thing isn't exactly like my dreams of owning an arcade game back when I was a kid, you know, like Rick Schroeder on Silver Spoons. What was his name? Ricky Stratton? Was that the name of the show? Whatever it was. Anyway. Techno Buffalo is on Revision 3. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. What's going on? I'm Noah from TechnoBuffalo.com. Thanks to the folks at ThinkGeek who took an April Fool's joke, made it come true. It's the ThinkGeek iCade. They sent over a unit for me to put together and try out. It is... Basically what it is it's a Bluetooth controller. Arcade-style controller, joystick, 8 buttons. And then it's this little wooden cabinet here with a little holder for your iPad. And so what you do is you slide your iPad in and you pair it with the iCade. It's actually made by a company called Ion Audio, who's made a bunch of USB-based audio peripherals, that kind of stuff. But you pair the unit with your iPad. It works with iPad 1 or iPad 2. And you download this app, the Atari's Greatest Hits here. And the app comes with one game for free. I guess it rotates. But when I downloaded the app, it came with Missile Command for free. And then the other games are 99 cents per 4-pack, or you can get all the games, all 100 games, for 15 bucks, $14.99 in-app purchases. And these are old classic Atari arcade games and also Atari 2600 games. I'll zoom in a little bit here. And then what you can do is you can play the games using the iCade. And I'll tell you what, if you're a retro gamer, or you know, you're a retro gamer who has kids, from what I've read, some people have kids like this thing, or, you know, whatever it is, you're just into these old Atari games, this is fun stuff. The unit itself is $100, $99, which is kind of expensive, frankly, for what it is. But it works pretty well. My own bad Missile Command skills notwithstanding. This game, man, I remember this game from, there's this place near where I grew up called Malibu Grand Prix. It was a go-kart track, and they had a huge arcade inside. And on Saturday mornings, they had a thing where you could pay whatever it was, like 10 bucks. And you got unlimited gaming and like a free Coke for like 3 hours or something. And it was just full of junior high, elementary, junior high, high school age nerds, all boys. There were like 2 girls that ever showed up there. And it was good times. And this was one of the games they had there, and this thing was hard. This actually had a trackpad, or trackball rather, on the original. Here, obviously, on the iCade, you got your joystick with your fire buttons. But the iCade unit works well. Unfortunately, it's only compatible right now with this Atari Greatest Hits app. And while there are a lot of cool games on the app, not, you know, not all of the games that I would really like to see here. I mean, this thing's just begging for Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man. Don't have that. What you do get, got Missile Command, you've got Centipede and Millipede, Asteroids Deluxe, and then some of the older Atari games, the vector-based games, Battlezone, Black Widow, Crystal Castles, that was a fun game. Again, another trackball game. Gravitar, Liberator, Lunar Lander, Major Havoc, of course Pong, Red Baron, Space Duel, Super Breakout, Tempest, another awesome game. Warlords, and they're back to Missile Command. And so whether the games had, you know, trackballs or joysticks or whatnot, you know, the commands are mapped out to work. The responsiveness is pretty good. I'll show you Asteroids here. And Asteroids you can use either with the joystick or just with the buttons. The original game was just with the buttons. And you had the 5 buttons for rotate, left, right, hyperspace, thrust, and fire. Original graphics, original sound, original mad skills. This game, 1979, would make it, what, 30, I don't even want to add that up, 32 years old? That's crazy. But good stuff if you're a retro gaming fan. And then if you go back, also, a ton of Atari 2600 games. And so a lot of times in these 4-packs, you get, you know, you get a couple of each. You get, well, this one, Adventure 4-pack, is just the console games. But some of these you get console game and arcade games together. So here's Circus Atari 2600 game. I had that game as a kid. That was fun. So you get the arcade game, Super Breakout, and then you get Breakout, Circus Atari, and Off the Wall for the console. And you can see here the old graphics, man. You kids, you young whippersnappers with your PS3s, you don't know how good you have it, because this is what I played back in the day. But pretty cool, pretty fun stuff. The games work well. The ports are really nice. The controls generally work well. They're kind of loud. The buttons are pretty loud, but they're responsive. The joystick has kind of like a clicking action to it. It's also kind of noisy and pretty loose. So not, you know, the most precise, awesome joystick ever, but it's got a pretty good feel. The retro arcade ball there is great, but again, it really makes me want to play Pac-Man or Ms. Pac-Man. The website on ionaudio.com and on ThinkGeek says that you know, they're working with developers to map more games to these controls, to develop games for the arcade. But again, right now it's only the Atari app. So $100 for the console, or for the arcade cabinet, if you will. $15 for all the Atari games, and that's not to mention the price of the iPad. Not cheap, but pretty cool. Works pretty well. You know, the back view here, the nice retro graphics. And then on the back, I mean, all this really is some compressed wood with the decals on the side. Mine's got a little wobble to it. I just put this together over the weekend. Comes with an Allen wrench. It's like assembling a piece of IKEA furniture. You know, it took about 15 minutes to put together. Not a big deal. One thing, though, that I don't like is that the unit is Bluetooth powered. And so, I mean, it's battery powered, rather, for the Bluetooth. So there's actually no dock connector in here. This is just a piece of plastic with nothing there. It just holds the thing in place. So I was expecting there'd be some kind of a docking station to keep your iPad charged, or at the very least a pass-through for your iPad cable to keep it charged while you're playing. But there's not. There's an AC port on the back of the unit, but no AC adapter controlled. The iCade comes with 2 AA batteries to play. It's got the little faux, the power light here is behind the faux quarter slot, which is kind of fun. But, you know, so all in all, bang for your buck wise, no, it's not a good value. But it's fun. If you've got the money to spend, or you want to get somebody, you know, a retro gaming fanatic, a cool present, especially if they already have an iPad or iPad 2, it's a fun thing. So it's a thumbs up on the iCade, thumbs down on the price. What are you going to do? It's the iCade from Ion Audio and ThinkGeek. Again, $100, works with Atari's greatest hits. Would love to see it work with some other programs, because here, I'll take you to, I was playing some Centipede or Millipede on the 2600 here. And this is the kind of thing where it's really, you know, it's really the retro factor that's going to get you, because the graphics here are nothing to write home about in today's day and age, that's for sure. You see my batteries running out there. Gotta get the charging built in. But the old graphics on the Atari 2600, I'll tell you what. We've come a long way, Doom. We gotta play some Adventure. They have Adventure on this thing. Go capture the Microdot. Anyway, there you go. Good stuff. More information available over at ThinkGeek.com. Thanks to those folks for sending the review unit over. I'm gonna see if I can break my high score. For Techno Buffalo, taking a trip back to my childhood, I'm Noah Kravitz. Much, much more over on TechnoBuffalo.com, and 3 days a week on Revision 3. Check us out.